Hi, this is Justin Orndorff, and we're going to go through an individual's throwing schedule. And this individual is going to be a youth player going into a travel tournament. And we're going to basically follow him from the time that he pitches in the game in that travel tournament, and then we're going to follow him through the next week in preparation to his next travel tournament. Okay, so this one commonly exists. Now, there may be games during the week, and there's a ton of scenarios that we can create, but on a very baseline level, we're going to show if you pitched in your travel tournament and then in preparation into the next week to pitch for the next weekend, what may occur on a daily basis. And then we'll throw a little curveballs in there and say, what if this happens and how that would affect the next day. So you can kind of get an understanding from a youth level perspective, some of the things that may be involved with adhering to a very, let's call it ideal recovery or schedule, and then things that could happen that could throw that curveball in where you had to make the adjustment, but that adjustment you can simply use and effectively communicate to your client using the throwing scheduler in the bullpen. So let's get to it. Hi, this is Justin Orndorff, and I'm going to use DVS Bullpen 3.0 to give us a scenario and an example of a youth player who pitched on the weekend. He threw a lot of pitches and needs to prepare for the upcoming week. So as a coach, what do we need to do? We need to kind of build him out a program very quickly and assess how he's feeling day to day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the example here. We're going to use our fictitious client of Henry Rowan-Gardner from the movie Rookie of the Year. You can see here he is. Here's a smiling face. Remember this guy. So first thing we need to do is just go in and we're going to see from the game side here on April 11th, which would be on Sunday. Right now I got him 1 innings pitch, but let's go ahead and give him 80 pitches and let's call it 7 innings, okay? And the main thing when you're building this out is the pitch counts, innings pitch are going to be a big one in terms of applying to the logic. You can add in all the additional variables here. So let's just say you had 60 strikes, okay? But that's the key information that you need to put in here. And we definitely had to make sure that you had a prior rest here so we can see days of rest 7. We'll hit save, that'll update. And then I'm gonna go over here to the individual throwing schedule. And what you'll see here is on my input tab, I wanted my throwing program to start today for the 13th. You could see the last game day was here. And automatically, because I was kind of messing around with this earlier, I had arm soreness plugged in. But right now, for the example, let's go ahead and start with 0, okay? And you're going to see here, next desired game date. Well, remember that we can treat this as a game or performance day. So for this example, I don't need Henry to pitch Monday, Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday, but we're going to see what would happen if I can schedule him a nice bullpen on the 14th. And you see how it goes from red to white. It's because based off his soreness here, he's eligible to throw again in a game or performance setting, throw hard again on the 14th. So he recognizes that, it updates it, and then we save here, okay? Now you'll notice that it populates red. Now why does it do that? Well, it just means that if you did have a game today and you were looking to pitch Henry, we don't want you to pitch him. But he can do TP2 through 4, which you'll find down here. We want him to pitch in that performance phase of that max intensity bullpen here on Wednesday. And what if we wanted to pitch on that Thursday? What would change? Well, not too much would change other than we just updated that game performance phase to Thursday there. And then you can see, well, then I want him to basically follow a protocol. And I want him to kind of pitch Sunday, which you can see he'll probably be eligible for. The system's always going to default to giving you kind of a best case scenario or ideal scenario in terms of rest and recovery. But if you only threw 15, 25 pitches here, you would obviously log it into the throwing schedule here. We're just kind of looking into the future. So that's why it's always going to be a day by day. And again, if you wanted to download this, send it out to Henry, you would do it, all right? So if we wanted to put that bullpen here back on Wednesday, you can see, okay, well, he's eligible to do that. But what if he actually woke up on Monday and he was sore? Well, he's not eligible to do that. Okay, because we don't want that arm soreness in the shoulder, the elbow. So then I would be looking at here that next eligible date of him looking out to the Thursday. Okay, so he couldn't pitch. He wouldn't be eligible for that bullpen on Wednesday again. Okay, so and again, if I hit save, we definitely don't want him throwing on the red on Tuesday. So you think what you'll see here is as you move forward, it's going to be custom. It's going to update in these little small things that you need to make sure you communicate with your players. Those are going to be reflective on the schedule. But again, like as he came off the schedule, I didn't really need him to pitch this week. But what I wanted him to do was I really wanted him to pitch Sunday. He didn't have any arm soreness. He covered very nicely. This would be a super nice game scenario. But still, because he threw a lot of pitches on Sunday, we still want him not to try to throw hard or be used in the game. So we're going to do TP through 2 through 4, 2 through 4 again on Wednesday. If something came up, emergency situation, you can see that ideal recovery Thursday. The system's just going to put PP1 here. If you wanted to schedule a little bullpen there before Sunday's game, you could. Okay, so that's how this is going to be updated and reflective based off what he actually did on Sunday and then how he starts to flow through the week. And it's me sitting here on Tuesday making these inputs. If I was sitting here on Friday and all of a sudden he did something and he popped up soreness in his arm, that would be reflective in his upcoming future performance dates, including this game. So this is kind of a quick example of a youth player who pitched on Sunday. He got to the championship game, let's say. He did real well, but you need to communicate with him during the week of what he should be doing. Thanks so much for listening.